A Hmong refugee with 10 children gives his life to save one of his youngsters from their burning home in St. Paul.
WCCO Television presents Bill Carlson, Tony Saffold, and Bud Kraling. This is the Noon Report.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Noon Report. I'm Bill Carlson. Tony Saffold has the day off. A 49-year-old St. Paul man died this morning after he went back inside his burning home to rescue a child who was already safe. This noon, remnants of the fatal fire still litter Tua Lee's yard in the McDonough Homes project. The blaze broke out shortly after 2 this morning, and most of the family escaped after 2 smoke detectors sounded. 16-year-old Va Lee says her father first went back to rescue her and his sister, then went back inside again to look for 8-year-old Joe, who had already escaped.
The next thing we knew, the firemen were here, and I told them that my father was still in the house, so they ran in and they looked for him, and minutes later they got him outside.
Tua Lee was pronounced dead at St. Paul Ramsey Hospital. He leaves a wife and 10 children, the youngest of whom is 3 weeks old. Authorities blame the blaze on a fan that short-circuited. 3 men associated with the New York rap group called LL Cool J are being held in a Bloomington jail this noon for allegedly sexually assaulting a minor after Wednesday night's concert. Singer David Parker, technician Gary Saunders, and bodyguard Christopher Saporis allegedly assaulted the 15-year-old girl in their hotel following the Met Center concert. Charges may be filed later today. Bill Hudson has details.
I'm the type of guy to let you keep believing it.
LL Cool J took his rap group to Milwaukee tonight, but left 3 members behind bars in Bloomington. They will be charged tomorrow for the alleged sexual assault of a 15-year-old Twin Cities girl.
At the time the girls first went up to the room, there only would have been about 3 or 4 people. Now the group had several rooms rented, and as the time passed by, more and more people filtered into this room.
The girl and a 16-year-old companion won tickets and backstage passes to see the rap group's concert at the Met last night. Band members apparently took the girls to the band's hotel, the lure of a group picture. Instead, police say the girls were separated, and allegedly the 15-year-old was sexually assaulted several times. After 30 minutes, she escaped.
There were comments made by some of the males as to when it was going to be their turn.
The radio station that provided the passes calls the alleged incident outrageous, but adds it will force promoters to re-examine awarding passes to minors.
It's normal to have backstage passes provided to you by the promoter, the record company, to have your audience go back and meet the stars.
Now, a staff member of the radio station was with the girls backstage but did not serve as a chaperone for the entire evening. The station says it will reevaluate the policy of giving passes to minors.
We'll have more on the concert promotion policies of local radio stations and their chaperone situations on later newscasts. The mother of the alleged assault victim asked us not to identify the radio station that awarded the tickets to her daughter, fearing the girl's friends could identify her that way. Twin Cities-based Endotronics Incorporated could be fined up to $500,000 for releasing a bogus financial report in 1986. The report exaggerated sales by more than $4.5 million. Endotronics President Richard Sakowitz admitted to that allegation Thursday when he entered a plea of guilty on behalf of the corporation. The false report could have enticed investors to buy stock in the biotechnology company. Sakowitz was not president at the time of that report. 4 Twin Cities medical facilities were bracing for regular anti-abortion protests today. In fact, at the Planned Parenthood office in Highland Park, about 30 pro-choice activists showed up before 6 this morning, planning to counteract efforts by anti-abortion forces who often try to convince women to stay away. Just 4 abortion opponents appeared around 9 a.m., and the 3 other clinics and hospitals saw even less activity. What can you do when an injury prevents you from exercising and your health club won't let you cancel your membership? Our consumer reporter, Sylvia Gambardella, helped 2 people who ran into that exact problem with U.S. Swim and Fitness Health Club. She filed this report.
It's only got a little tiny shower.
Jeffrey Lewis of St. Paul joined U.S. Swim and Fitness in Eagan last September despite suffering from foot problems. He says he warned the club he might have to cancel his membership.
And he assured me that, all I need was a note from the doctor and they would cancel my membership right away.
I joined for the full workout.
David, who did not want his last name mentioned, worked out at the U.S. Swim and Fitness Club in Little Canada. After he lost part of a finger in a work accident, his doctor told him not to lift weights. Like Jeffrey, he gave U.S. Swim and Fitness a doctor's note to get out of his membership. But the health spa would not allow either member to cancel their contracts.
Not being able to use a dumbbell with one hand does not necessarily totally disable you.
U.S. Swim and Fitness President Greg Olson says some injuries are not severe enough to cancel a contract, but the old contract did not specify those injuries.
Both consumers called their cases into our help center. We contacted the company president, who agreed to cancel their contracts.
He also reworded the disability clause in all contracts. The contract now clearly states the medical reasons a person can cancel their membership. They include total disability diagnosed by a licensed doctor.
If they would have sat down and thought about the way that the contract was worded, it would have saved a lot of heartache.
Several other health clubs we checked with in the Twin Cities also say the only way to get out of a membership contract is by death, total disability, or relocation. A Maplewood woman got the royal treatment today as she set out on a 2-hour, $10,000 shopping spree. Tina Rawlings won the spree at the Aquatennial. She got to shop for home furnishings, electronics, antiques, and even an all-expense-paid vacation, all using the Norwest Visa Gold Card. Ms. Rawlings selected a trip to Orlando among her purchases, thanks to winning the Skipper's Pin contest. If your future shopping includes the purchase of a home, now may be the best time to start looking. Tonight at 5, consumer specialist Sylvia Gambardella will show us why home buyers are taking advantage of low mortgage rates and why those rates make this the right time to buy a house. Our Help Center phone lines are open for your consumer complaints at 989-HELP until 1 o'clock. The Noon Report returns in a moment.
You know, this is Walt Disney World. But so is this. And this. Walt Disney World. A vacation within a vacation. It's the world's greatest resort.
This is the year to see the world, Walt Disney World.
Some toys come with their own sound effects. Elmer's glue doesn't. Some toys are ready to go at the flip of a switch. With Elmer's glue, some assembly is required. With some toys, kids just use their hands. But with Elmer's Glue All and Elmer's School Glue, kids use their imagination, too. So instead of just zapping aliens, your kids could also be creating them. Elmer's, we let the imagination take hold.
Big-time winners, Little Six. Big-time fun, Little Six. For big-time bingo winners, Little Six is #1.
First it was Joan of Minneapolis, then Daphne of Shakopee. Now Cindy Carlson of Bloomington is the third $500,000 winner at Little Six. Over $50 million to winners. You could be next.
Big-time winners, big-time fun. Big-time bingo. Little Six, Little Six.
Mega Bingo Nightly. Call the connection.
The skies are going to ignite with thunder as Channel 4 and Wilson Foods present the Minnesota International Air Show, Wednesday, August 16th, featuring the world-famous United States Air Force Thunderbirds. Tickets available through Ticketmaster and at the gate. The Minnesota International Air Show, Wednesday, August 16th at 2 p.m. at the Cambridge Municipal Airport, presented by Wilson Foods and Channel 4.
Two federal economic reports out today. The Labor Department's Producer Price Index shows the biggest decline in 3 years, plunging by 0.4% last month. The drop reflects the second monthly drop in gasoline prices and lower new car costs. And the Commerce Department released evidence of renewed consumer demand. Retail sales shot up 0.9%. They had fallen the 2 previous months, but sales of automobiles and gasoline picked up and helped the overall retail sales picture. 8 northeastern states have agreed to launch the most comprehensive assault on automobile air pollution to date. Environmental officials of Maine, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Connecticut have agreed to adopt strict emission controls on cars and light trucks. Despite the multi-billion-dollar price tag, the effort would only remove a third to a half of the pollutants needed to bring the Northeast into compliance with federal clean air requirements. Meanwhile, an environmental group has released its list of the nation's worst sources of industrial toxic pollution. James Hattori of CBS reports.
The National Wildlife Federation says its report, the Toxic 500, paints a disturbing picture of industrial pollution in the U.S.
Despite the passage of 13 major environmental laws, billions and billions of pounds of toxic chemicals continue to be released into our environment.
The report is based on 2-year-old government data, which puts this Alcoa aluminum plant in Port Comfort, Texas, at the top of the toxic heap. It produced 465 million pounds of toxic waste, more than any other facility.
To tell you the truth, I'd rather see them take more care of the environment than I would take care of the plants.
Industry spokesmen say they're moving as quickly as possible to lessen emissions.
Most American business and industry are responsible citizens, and they, like you and I, would like to see all toxics removed if at all possible, but there will be a cost.
The cost of not removing toxics is what worries residents near this Eastman Kodak plant, which heads the list of facilities emitting potentially cancer-causing chemicals.
To find out that this kind of thing can happen should not have surprised us, but I think it did.
The Wildlife Federation hopes its study will generate more community activism and pressure for accurate assessment of health risks posed by toxic pollution. James Hattori, CBS News, Port Comfort, Texas.
3 Minnesota companies were among the so-called Toxic 500. The 3M Corporation, which has 13 plants in 10 states, was named. That includes 3M's facilities in Hutchinson, which released 12.2 million pounds of toxic chemicals into the air, water, and land, says the National Wildlife Foundation. 3M's St. Paul tape plant and its Chemolyte Center in Cottage Grove. 2 other Minnesota companies blamed for toxic emissions are the Champion International Corporation plant in Sartell and the Potlatch Corporation facility in Cloquet. Rescue workers in Ethiopia are intensifying the search for Texas Congressman Mickey Leland, whose small plane disappeared earlier this week. 2 of Leland's colleagues from the Congress have flown to Addis Ababa to assist with the search efforts, and American military planes are making their first forays into the mountainous rural areas where the plane may have gone down. So far, those planes have seen no signs of Leland or the 15 others with him, even in the 2 areas where a satellite reported distress signals yesterday. In fact, authorities now dismiss the possibility those signals were from Leland's plane. The United States drug czar wants to switch tactics in the nation's war on drugs. As Rita Bravel reports, the assault will take more police time and taxpayer money.
Past federal drug-busting efforts have concentrated on interdiction, stopping drugs before they enter the country, and on prosecuting drug kingpins. But drug advisor William Bennett is now urging the Bush administration to spend up to $350 million per year on state and local drug law enforcement.
We believe in federal interdiction, but we know it's in particular places and particular neighborhoods where the drug problem is having the worst impact on people's lives.
CBS News has obtained a draft copy of the new national drug strategy Bennett is preparing for President Bush. It calls for adding an immediate $730 million more to the $1.3 billion in new drug budget authority for fiscal 1990. In addition to beefed up law enforcement, Bennett calls for more funding for prisons, treatment, and research. There is also a plan to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on international military and economic aid, concentrating on law enforcement and wiping out drug cartels, as opposed to past efforts that focused on wiping out drug crops. Final budget numbers will be worked out in White House meetings over the next few weeks, and some congressional skeptics are already asking whether this administration is willing to commit the funding necessary to win the drug war. Rita Braver, CBS News, Washington.
Still ahead on the Noon Report, a giant loon invades Loring Park, and the weekend weather forecast of mostly sunny. Details are next.
In
It's new, Light and Lively 100 calorie, 8 ounces of fruit yogurt, and only 100 calories.
Eat smart, Light and Lively. Eat smart.
Light and Lively 100, only 100 calories, not 240 like this other fruit yogurt, because it's sweetened with 100% NutraSweet, not sugar.
Eat smart, 100 calories. You're looking good, Light and Lively. Eat smart.
The grimy, scummy discoloration and buildup in your dishwasher is pretty disgusting, isn't it? Well, now you can get rid of it forever with new Glisten Dishwasher Cleaner. As little as 1 package of Glisten will remove all those horrible stains caused by iron and minerals in your water, as well as soap scum and food stains. New Glisten. It gets your dishwasher sparkling clean and lemon fresh and gets rid of that nightmare inside.
There are lots of things people are doing today to take care of their hearts. And one of the ways they start to cut down on cholesterol and saturated fat is with Mocha Mix non-dairy creamer. No cholesterol, low in saturated fat, fresh, creamy Mocha Mix, a healthier alternative.
New England, California, Nova Scotia, the Ozarks. Join Holiday Travel on a relaxing fall motorcoach tour and enjoy the most beautiful scenery in North America.
Tours depart throughout the WCCO viewing area September through October. For your free catalog, call Holiday Travel toll-free 1-800-826-2266. You'll be glad you did.
The small lake in Loring Park has an eye-catching new tenant. It's a 30-foot-high air-filled loon, the mascot of the new shopping center, Gavade Common, set to open 1 week from today on Nicollet Mall. Gavade, by the way, is the Latin name for the loon family, and the loon, as you know, is our state bird. This particular loon is the largest bird blimp ever created. It was custom-made for Gavade. And you should see the size of the eggs he lays. It's incredible. Yeah. You know, Paul Huttner with us as Bud Kraling kind of winds up his vacation. Paul, you said to me, I think yesterday or the day before, you said, if we have time, we can talk about the northern lights. And today you said we could talk about the meteor showers. It's a spectacular time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, hey, it is. We had some northern lights a couple of nights ago. We didn't have any reports of any last night. But tonight, if you don't have anything to do, maybe around 11 o'clock or midnight, you might want to sneak out to a place away from the city lights because we have the Perseid meteor showers going on, and they'll reach their peak just after midnight tonight. You want to look in the northeastern sky. It's not really a high-intensity event. It's not fireworks, but if you sit there long enough for an hour, you may see as many as 30 to 50 meteors per hour.
No kidding, that could be fascinating.
Yeah, so a little something to do on an August Friday night.
Let the kids sleep a little early and then wake them up later.
That's for sure. Get them to bed and get your lawn chairs and blankets and head away from the city and go look in the northeastern sky. Might be a little bit of fun. Well, no meteor showers this afternoon. Actually, they're occurring, but we can't see them up there. We're passing through a cloud of atmospheric meteors in the atmosphere. And for today, a pretty nice day, another warm one as well. Under mostly sunny skies currently, our temperature at 83 degrees already this noon. Humidity 44%, a light south wind at 8. Our dew point's up a little from yesterday at 59 degrees, and our barometer 30.18 and steady as she goes. Oftentimes in the summer months, you hear the term popcorn showers. It's used quite a bit. Actually, the meteorological name for that, air mass showers and thunderstorms. An air mass is an area of air that has just very similar temperature and moisture characteristics. And you need this type of an air mass to get air mass thunderstorms. First of all, you need a moist air mass, and we have it in place. Moisture, dew points near 60 degrees across the entire 5-state region today. That's not a huge amount of moisture, but it's enough to get things going later this afternoon if we have some heating. And we do have that. We're forecasting highs in the upper 80s across the entire 5-state region. And as we get close to 85, 86 degrees later this afternoon, I think we're going to start to see some of these air mass thunderstorms develop. Nothing going yet as far as the air mass variety of thunderstorms, but we do have some leftover showers down around Mankato and a little over towards Sleepy Eye. These are sliding very slowly to the east-southeast. I don't think these are going to be a problem for us, but I think by the time Mike Fairborn comes on later this afternoon, this evening, if he shows you a radar picture, we're going to see little air mass thunderstorms scattered across the screen. Taking a look at what we have for temperatures right now. How are we doing? It's noon. Are we going to get the upper 80s? I think so. We're already looking at temperatures in the low to mid 80s across parts of the central part of Minnesota, and we're 83 here in the Twin Cities, forecasting a high later today about 87 degrees. 4D satellite from last night, we had a thunderstorm complex in southeastern South Dakota. A little isolated thunderstorm developed up around St. Cloud. Watch that slide to the southeast now. You can see that leftover area of clouds down around Mankato. That's where those showers are I showed you on radar. We don't see any air mass thunderstorms developing yet, though. The reason for it, the air mass still stuck in place, a very slow-moving weather pattern. That trough, it's not moving. You noticed. It's going to be there again tomorrow. We're going to be in the same air mass. We're going to have another hot day, and we're going to have some more air mass thunderstorms, I think, tomorrow afternoon. So our forecast for the Twin Cities, partly cloudy, warm day, widely scattered air mass thunderstorms this afternoon, high near 87 with a south wind at 10 to 15. Now for tonight, partly cloudy, the Perseid meteor showers again peaking just after midnight in the northeastern sky, scattered evening thunderstorms, morning low about 63 with a south wind at 5 to 10. Then for tomorrow, to start that weekend, partly cloudy skies, more of the same, some more afternoon and evening, widely scattered thunderstorms. Our high tomorrow, another steamy 87 degrees.
We were saying 20% chance this morning. That means that at any given place you have about a 20% chance.
That's right. Any one spot, a 20%. I think our best chances for rain late afternoon and evening hours.
And you can't get wet from the meteor showers.
No, you certainly can't.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay.
Coming up next, Mary Steenburgen, who plays the wife of Steve Martin in that current family film, Parenthood.
He was our first. I mean, I think we were very tense when Kevin was little. If he got a scratch, we were hysterical. But the third kid, you know, you let him juggle knives.
On the other hand, Kevin may have been like this in the womb. Recent studies indicate that these things are all...
Is just getting around getting to be difficult? The Lark three-wheel scooter solves that problem.
I get around as well as I did when I was walking everywhere.
Lark has made my retirement everything I expected it to be.
Before Lark, I wasn't able to get out and enjoy my grandson. He inspired me to get the Lark.
My Lark has an optional power seat and gives me extra reach around my kitchen.
My Lark moves up and down these aisles so easily it makes shopping a real pleasure again.
Boy, did I miss coming here when I couldn't get around. My Lark brought me back.
All this mobility and independence comes in a small package. The Lark fits in a trunk and sets up in minutes.
Come ride with us.
For a free Color Lark brochure, call 1-800-433-8400. Call 1-800-433-8400.
There's something about a train that's magic. And Holiday Travel brings that magic to you. As you travel by train from Chicago to Toronto, you'll see the buildings of Parliament, enjoy lunch at fabulous Eaton Center, and a delightful harbor cruise. There's also the wonderful play Hello Dolly and the beautiful Cullen Country Gardens, all from only $599 per person double. For your free brochure, call Holiday Travel 1-800-826-2266.
Finding a competent personal injury attorney is no accident when you call United Services Access. Before you sign any claim settlement, know your rights. Be protected. Discuss your case now with a concerned attorney near you at no charge, an attorney who will help you to get the money you have coming. It could be the most important phone call you'll ever make. United Services Access, 780-8899.
Last week, we spoke to Steve Martin, the leading actor, and Ron Howard, the director of the current motion picture Parenthood. That comedy about the interrelationships between 4 generations of an extended family also stars 2 Academy Award winners, Diane Wiest, a former Guthrie actress with whom we'll speak tonight at 5, and Mary Steenburgen, who plays Steve Martin's wife.
She smoked grass.
Gil! I never smoked when I was pregnant.
Yeah, but in college you were like a chimney. I thought you were going to join a reggae band. I'm just saying there could have been some chromosome distortion.
Well,
Though it's basically a comedy, Mary feels there are lessons to be learned from the film.
You just have to be in there for the long haul and go with it and have a little faith. And that's what the film is about. Certainly my character is about that, about having faith.
Will you get down off the horse before you hurt yourself?
Honey, I gotta make a big exit. That's Cowboy Gill's woman. Take a bow, little lady.
Hi, hi.
I mean, my generation has been a generation that's been psychologically aware of the sanity and safety of our children. And sometimes it's hard for us when they actually then have a problem, you know, that we can't solve, and we have to watch them experience pain because we just thought, well, I'll just love that right out of you. And it doesn't always work that way.
Right. Okay, let's try it again.
Mary joins virtually every actor who's ever worked with Ron Howard in praising his ability as a motion picture director.
He has all these shortcuts and this incredible clarity that, as an actor, is very reassuring. And he has a sensitivity to actors because he is an actor. So he's a wonderful director. He has many, many gifts as a director. But his certainty is really amazing.
It's interesting. Every actor who works with Ron Howard says that. And if, as a young man of just a little over, you know, in his mid-30s, I guess now, he already has all that certainty, just imagine what kind of a long career he still has in front of him.
He's doing some directing also, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, all kinds of. He directed this film. He helped write this film. He's a remarkable human being. Well, that takes care of it for this day and for this week. We hope that you plan to be with us once again next Monday. We'll all be on hand. We hope you will be too. See you then.
My father passed away in 83 of cancer, and I feel that whatever I could do for the Cancer Society, I think I'd appreciate it, and I'm sure the Cancer Society would also. I know that he's still kind of watching me play, and I know I'm still thinking about it, and I know he would always want me to play in the big leagues, and I think he always knew I was going to. I really miss him being around, and I wish my boy would have been here to, you know, see his grandpa.
Some toys come with their own sound effects. Elmer's glue doesn't. Some toys are ready to go at the flip of a switch. With Elmer's glue, some assembly is required. With some toys, kids just use their hands. But with Elmer's Glue All and Elmer's School Glue, kids use their imagination too. So instead of just zapping aliens, your kids could also be creating them. Elmer's, we let the imagination take hold.
At 15, kids don't want to be mothered anymore. You have to pick your opportunities. Citrus Hill Plus Calcium is one of those opportunities. We said if we could take 100% pure orange juice and add calcium without changing the taste, girls like Paula would drink it every day. To her, it's just delicious juice. To me, it's better nutrition. And as big as she is, she's still my baby.
Citrus Hill Plus Calcium, a more nutritious orange juice.
When I got my SATs back, I gave up getting into the college I wanted to go to.
Joy was a senior in high school when I found she had a severe focusing problem.
My doctor at iLab prescribed new glasses, and I wish I'd had them before the exam.
I suggested she retake her college boards with her new glasses. At iLab, doctors take every step to help you see better. 21 steps in all. Joy's score went up 300 points. And guess what?
I'm now a junior at Duke.
Now at iLab, buy one pair of glasses, get a second frame free.
Say good. You may not want a doctor to talk to you like this, but then you're probably not 5 years old.
Guess who's switching to Channel 4?